Welcome back, another episode. This Tulsa King is definitely worth the effort. The somewhat misleadingly titled life support is, appropriately, the first time in a long time that this program has exhibited signs of true, creative life thanks to writer David Flebot's incisive dialogue and delightfully nuanced, twisty storytelling. The aftermath of the bombing of Dwight and Tyson's automobile, which only managed to seriously hurt Tyson's father, Mark, is the focus of the entire episode. Mark was only collateral damage because it was a remote-controlled event that inadvertently went off rather than an ignition-triggered explosive, which would have annihilated him and left him fully sat within the automobile. Bill Bevilacqua is debating his next course of action in Kansas City, even though he had a stern chat with Dwight at the close of the last episode. He has no plans to break their agreement anytime soon, especially because Dwight is making money for them with no effort on their side. However, he is aware that he is Manfredi's main suspect, especially since the KC mob has historically used car explosives as a tactic. The distance between underboss Vince and boss Chicky deepens in New York. Dominic Lombardozzi does a great job portraying a man who has no business sitting in the big chair because he places the responsibility for his poor choices on others. As an example, Chicky, who is still upset that Vince went to the Atlanta sit-down last episode without him, gives in when Dwight requests to talk to Vince on the phone because he was the New Yorker present. He then gripes that he doesn't like Dwight speaking to Vince directly. Vince has also had enough. Vince asks the captains of New York's 4 other families to remove Chicky, take over the family, and make peace and do business with Dwight. This is done in a scene that is well written and performed and features a number of entertaining actors on the Goomba end of the spectrum, including Guy Nardoli, Ron Castellano, Paul Carafotes, and Bobby Costanzo. Cal Thresher's attire is the last one in question. The black-hatted weed baron is the obvious next suspect as Dwight and his lads start to shift away from the idea that one of their rival mafia groups was to blame. Dwight starts by bracing Armand, whose he believes has been supplying Cal with information, however grudgingly. Subsequently, Dwight and Bigfoot, his massive bodyguard, arrive at Thresher's actual cannabis farm and level charges, which Thresher vehemently refutes. Unfortunately, Tyson cannot be regarded as being in the same category. Mitch, a man who has really killed someone and served time for it, gives him a harsh talking to halfway through the show. Garrett Hedlund's Mitch constantly responds like a man who just cannot stand to hear any crap while Jay Will's Tyson rages and muses over his guilt over the attack and his urge for vengeance. Mitch responds sourly when Tyson asks himself why he gave his father the car, because it was a beautiful fucking gesture. Mitch interrupts Tyson when he begins to allude to retaliation, saying, "Look, shut up," in frustration. His most passionate and heartfelt statement, "When you kill a man, a little piece of you dies too," closes the address. This tiny moment is amazing. For more videos, subscribe.